You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Hey, Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. If you've experienced a sports injury, joint or back pain, trust your care to Nebraska Orthopedic Center, a proud platinum partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks, exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better. Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful, with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I am a huge guy.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. This is the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you as usual. Hello, Rico.
Yeah.
How's the day?
So far, so good. Hanging out.
It's a warm one outside.
Hour number 4 for me on the air.
That's right. There
we
you
out
go.
Here.
Just like the old days.
I get to stare outside. I walked outside a little bit. It's very windy, but it's very hot.
It is warm. I was on a phone call outside, sat on the bench, and I started sweating in about 3 minutes that I was on the phone call for.
Yeah. Not upset, though. I like the heat. I ain't mad at it. But, I say that. Shout out to everybody that has to work outside, though.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Stay hydrated.
I could never.
Stay hydrated.
Everybody calls me a wimp and a baby. You ain't wrong. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it in the winter. It hurt my bones and joints too much.
Yeah.
I could handle it in the summer. Couldn't do it in the winter. Not in the Nebraska winters, at least. So
I couldn't do it either in winter or summer because, I love the heat, but, whenever you see, the city workers or the people that are outside working, they have to wear, jeans and, long sleeves. I'm like, no, I want to wear shorts and a t-shirt if I'm going to be outside, but they have to wear that for probably safety and not to get burned.
No, so here's the thing. So my dad works outside. Shout out to my dad.
Shout out to Pop Stainer.
Shout out to Dad. But anyway, no, he wears jeans. He's comfortable in jeans because
I tried that.
He doesn't, and he doesn't also. He needed to wear jeans for work, obviously, but he also wears them because if he even outside of work, I'm saying on the weekends he'll wear jeans nonstop, and the only reason is he doesn't want his legs to get burned because then when he has to go on to work on Monday or Tuesday and wear jeans. He doesn't want the sunburn rubbing on the jeans.
That makes sense.
That's what's so
sense.
it's like a commitment to the jeans. 7 days a week. 7 days a week.
Your dad's committed to the bit.
I give him a ton of crap for it. I say, Dad, let's get a little comfortable. And he's like, no, these jeans are comfortable.
I used to not like wearing jeans, and then as I've gotten older, I'm like, yeah, no, jeans are good.
Hate them.
Jeans are good. I can wear jeans. See, you'll reach the point.
I am very anti jeans.
I was like you when I was in my young 20s.
Yeah,
I was like, no jeans. No jeans.
So here's the thing.
And now I'm like, oh man, I need some more jeans.
So unnamed texter says Nick's dad has to have the widest legs on the planet. They're not he's not anti shorts.
I would.
He'll wear shorts. Just it's if we're gonna go out to a baseball game or something, he has to plan that in advance. It's not like he will never wear shorts. He just has to plan it out of okay, am I going to get burnt? Like fishing, like when we go fishing. And obviously the sun reflects off the water and stuff. We'll be on the boat and I'll be
off his legs.
I'll be dying.
Yeah.
And he'll be wearing jeans and then long sleeves.
And he's just like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, he's comfy.
All due respect, shout out to my father-in-law. I'd put his white legs up against your dad's white legs. The man working
should we compare the white legs?
Working on the farm, jeans all the time.
Yeah.
Jeans all the time. So when we do, when I go up there and we relax, we get in the pool.
Yep.
Right. He's got the swim trunks, he's got the shorts on. They're bright.
Well, so and the thing is,
shout out to Lee.
When you wear jeans so often for years and years, and my dad's been at the same company for 35 years, is you lose hair.
Yeah,
the hair doesn't. So it's not like he's
like, you shave your legs.
It's not like that at all. You can still see hair, but when you compare, jeans and stuff, jeans like GENES,
like Nick's legs,
my hair
like Sasquatch.
Yes, and that's what. I'm guessing my dad's legs used to look like.
Look at that.
So nonetheless,
baby smooth.
Nonetheless, shout out to the fathers. Shout out to everybody working outside. Stay hydrated. Stay cool.
Couldn't do it.
Long summer ahead, I'm sure, of this type of weather.
Stop in here. I'll get you a nice coffee. I don't know if you want coffee. I'll get you a nice coffee.
Water.
Yeah, you want some water? You need. Get you a Dr. Pepper.
Brad from the Baldwin shop swung in this morning. So did Chris. Out of retirement, trying to go. I made a joke with him. I said, "Man, you really came back for this type of weather?"
Yeah, it seems like a bad idea.
Nonetheless,
man retired and was like, you know what? Nah. He's like, I want to work.
Hizzlebear says bro needs to buy softer jeans if it wears his hairs off. It's like the growth. It stunts the growth.
Nah.
Plus, also
rough jeans.
Also, you don't buy the nice jeans for work.
What are you wearing? Soft jeans to work? What are you doing, Hizzlebear? You soft jean. Where I'm going to change your name to Soft Jeans.
We have so much to talk about, so we'll keep it going here. 402-464-5685 Honda of Lincoln hotline. The Starter Heyman text line. Both of those open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Allo Channel 961. All avenues for you guys to get in touch with the show. This is a friendly reminder. Buy your Blur event ticket today. Right now, if you want to come hang out with us, come hang out in the atmosphere of the College World Series. Buy those Blur event tickets today. BlurEvents.com. So let's start here with a little Husker baseball news. I know, College World Series week. There's football on the horizon. People can feel it. We're talking about schedules elsewhere. We're going to get to all that. But first, Husker baseball news as Nebraska picks up a portal addition in the form of South Dakota State outfielder Cale Frost. You say South Dakota State, Cale Frost, okay.
Any relation?
No relation.
Just thought I'd ask.
However, very good baseball player.
All right.
Summit League Player of the Year. Also won the Summit League Newcomer of the Year. He was a newcomer because he previously played for a community college in Kirkwood Community College. He's a native of Gilbertville, Iowa. But went from Kirkwood Community College and then to South Dakota State. Has 1 year remaining. Once again, the Summit League Player of the Year, Summit League Newcomer of the Year. Cale Frost, a corner outfielder. So you're looking at one of those spots for the Huskers. Homered in his first game at South Dakota State and then never stopped hitting, says this Husker 24/7 article.
I thought you were going to say never homered again.
But here's the thing. No, he certainly homered again.
Homered in his first game and never hit it out of the park.
The left-handed bat hit 343 from the plate with 16 doubles, 21 home runs, and 59 RBI. So that 21 home runs would be good for first on Nebraska's roster this last season. Josh Caron led the way with 16 on Nebraska's squad this year. So if now obviously different level of baseball, I understand, Summit to Big Ten conference, not that much of a difference though, as Nebraska did struggle with some Summit League opponents this season. But once again, Cale Frost, the left-hander, 343 batting average, 16 doubles, 21 home runs, and 59 runs batted in this season for the Jackrabbits. Iowa for sure was in contact. A couple other Big Ten baseballs programs were in contact for him. But Cale Frost just basically said this, quote, "I talked to a lot of schools. I'm glad it's over now. I just felt like the Nebraska coaches on my visit had my best interest at heart. I fell in love with the place, and I feel like the coaches will help me become a better baseball player. I'm excited to be about that and about the town as well." So Cale Frost, once again, enters the portal from South Dakota State and has committed to Nebraska. He announced it on social media last night. Once again, just the bat, really, for sure. 343 hit batting average, 16 doubles, 21 home runs, 59 RBI. Back at Kirkwood, it was really a jump for him from Kirkwood to South Dakota State, especially statistic-wise. He only hit 10 home runs as a freshman, 12 home runs as a sophomore before hitting 21 this last season with South Dakota State. But even later in through past March, he was hitting over 400 at the plate. Couple of interesting pieces here, though, as we look forward to Nebraska. Yeah, as we look forward to Nebraska about where maybe he could be plugged in at. Let's say, hypothetically, Gabe Swanson continues to lock down that left field position. Riley Silva is back. He's staying in town to train. So that's your center fielder, more than likely. Right fielder, Nebraska lost two guys because of eligibility reasons. Garrett Anglem no longer has any collegiate eligibility, and neither does Cole Evans. Case Sanderson played a little bit of right field, but also DH'd at times. So now you're looking at Cale Frost, the South Dakota State transfer, as potentially that plug in and play in that right field spot, or at least one of the corner outfield spots. If Nebraska wants to solely focus on Gabe Swanson being a designated hitter, maybe somewhere else in the field, there you have it. But Cale Frost, a corner outfielder, commits to Nebraska. So a nice pickup in the Summit League Player of the Year.
Yeah, and that's something that I know, Austin, it's part of their On the Block promo when they're talking about Nebraska at the regional with the pitching versus the hitting and what Nebraska needs to improve on. Well, this looks like, they've got some pitchers who are going to be returning, and they've got some strong arms in the bullpen as well. But on the batting side of things, yes, you've had some strong pitching, but when it comes to swinging the bat offensively, they put up a lot of runs, but there were multiple times where it seemed really tough for Nebraska to manufacture or, obviously, hit the ball out of the park. So getting somebody like this will only, accentuate that offense, and hopefully on the defensive side of things, help out there as well.
I think also, I mean, we make so much of Nebraska's mentality, right? And like, how do they want to play baseball? But ultimately enough, you look at who is moving on from Nebraska's program right now, whether that's because of eligibility being extinguished or whether that's transfers. So far, Nebraska, just with 3 guys in the portal publicly that we know about, they return a pretty solid core. You'll have to move on and replace Josh Caron and those other 2 names that we talked about. You're going to have to replace a second team All-American and Brett Sears, that was announced earlier this week as well. I think though, when you look up and down, I'm more curious about their pitching next year, because are you comfortable in Mason McConaughey sliding into a Friday role? And then it's once again, who then slides into that Saturday role for Nebraska? Is it a Drew Christo in year 3 of him? Are you ready for him to not be able to come out of the bullpen? Mm-hmm. Are you ready for him to consistently have that Saturday spot locked down,
slowly improving as the years have gone on?
It's also then, how do you feel about your bullpen depth for a Sunday guy? Nebraska had it, and this kind of works into one of our next kind of comments. Nebraska had a time where it was Povich and Schwellenbach and Shea Shanneman. Schwelly was never a starter, but
you could.
But Shea Shanneman, and then you also had a couple of nice transfer additions and like guys like Chance Roach and Kaminska over the last couple of years. That now this is one of the years where you have one of your 3 arms remaining or returning. Are you comfortable with Will Walsh in a consistent role? And what I mean by consistent role is like every Sunday or every Saturday. I think that those are questions that are going to have to be answered, not yet, and not even in December, but in February, because we know Nebraska also goes about it to where they don't solidify their rotation in the first weekend or 2 of the season. There's still some shuffling. So if you feel good about guys like Caleb Clark or Will Walsh and Drew Christo and then Mason McConaughey as your Friday, Saturday, and then 2 of those are Sunday guys, then I think Nebraska's going to be okay. However, throughout their career, Will Walsh has had a really nice Big Ten tournament. We didn't get to see him pitch in a regional. Jackson Brott, we didn't get to see Caleb Clark pitch in the regional. Mason McConaughey had a decent outing against Niagara. Brett Sears struggled against SEC pitching, but has moved on now. I'm more curious about the pitching side of things than maybe even the hitting side, because you look on the offense, and I don't mean to keep on rambling, Rico.
Oh, no,
you look at the offense. You'll return second baseman Rhett Stokes, shortstop Dylan Carey, who's the lone person that you're sending to the Cape Cod League. You are returning Josh Overbeek at third base. We already talked about Gabe Swanson. You're going to bring back Riley Silva. And now you bring in Cale Frost, the Summit League Player of the Year and Newcomer of the Year, with one year of eligibility remaining. Cale Frost.
This is it.
You do have to replace Josh Caron behind the dish, because we'd expect to hear his name later this month in the Major League Baseball draft in the early rounds. So that, yeah, there's a couple of intriguing recruits, but I also expect Nebraska to maybe continue to utilize the transfer portal in some of those parts. But we saw them heavily load the pitching depth last year. Now it's okay. Hopefully in 2025, we get to see the fruits of their labor.
When you load it up like that in a year like that, you're hoping as the years go on, you're maybe, I mean, obviously you're hoping for them to contribute right away, but more of an expectation would be a year down the road or 2 years down the road when these guys mature a little bit and some of the older guys move on. You've got a solid stable of pitchers and hitters, mostly pitchers in this case, who will be able to, potentially, I'm not saying that they're going to, but potentially be, that pitching rotation and bullpen that you were just mentioning with Schwelly and all those guys. So, with those guys, you've got 2 starters in the MLB. Was it today?
Tonight.
5:35
first pitch. Before we briefly mention that, before we get to break, somebody on the text line, Sean, missed the Sears news. What's he doing? Nothing. Brett Sears, just some accolades earlier today. Second team All-American, according to the NCBWA, and then also perfect game. So a couple spots also have Brett Sears as an All-American. He was also mentioned as the Rawlings All-Region first team for the Midwest. couple notable names also for Nebraska that's not sending off to summer ball are a couple of interesting ones. Cape Cod League, Dylan Carey's playing in that one. In the Northwoods League, you have Max Butenbach, also Case Sanderson, Rhett Stokes, Gabe Swanson. There's a lot of summer ball leagues, but really Cape Cod and Northwoods are two of the more notable leagues. Cape Cod is an important one, and it's going to be important for Dylan Carey to make a jump. I think Dylan Carey, you look at that, just a little bit of a tough year discipline wise at the plate, didn't draw a whole lot of walks, but struck out I think 63 times this season. Has had a really nice glove defensively. I think it's going to be important for Dylan Carey to make a little bit of a jump at the plate next year, especially if Nebraska wants to have this complete lineup from top to bottom. Dylan Carey is a really nice piece to have in that 7 spot, like they did at the Stillwater Regional. Just probably need a little production out of him at some point here towards the back half of the season when it really, really matters. So another thing, Rico kind of briefed on it tonight, 5:35 p.m. If you're not an MLB fan, that's okay. You can still watch if you're a Husker fan, because in the Atlanta Braves and Baltimore Orioles game, you have Spencer Schwellenbach on the mound for Atlanta and Cade Povich on the bump for the Baltimore Orioles. So it's Husker versus Husker on the pitcher's mound tonight. That one, first pitch, 5:35 p.m. from Camden Yards. There's a picture that was sent out or tweeted out a couple of days ago of them two talking. They were teammates back on that 2021 Husker baseball team that went down to Fayetteville and took Arkansas to Game 7. So
you think Will Bolt is gonna, sit here, have that, and go to, pitchers and be like, look,
hey, we got two guys.
Look at this. Look what I did.
Nebraska has 2 guys. That is one thing Will Bolt's done a decent job of, and his staff. Like give Lance Harvell and Rob Childress and those guys credit, because they've done a really nice job of putting guys in the league, right? You go back, Bryce Matthews was named Player of the Week.
Bryce Matthews tearing it up.
He is. Bryce Matthews was named Player of the Week this last week. Max Anderson's playing well in the Detroit Tigers organization. There's your 2 notable draft picks in the early rounds from last year. Obviously, Cade Povich has quickly ascended. He was part of a deadline deal with Jorge Lopez a couple of years ago between the Twins and the Orioles. And now Schwellenbach, who's fought back from a Tommy John surgery as soon as he got into the Braves organization, jumped AAA, went from AA, jumped Gwinnett Stripers,
Careful.
the AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves, jumped that one, went straight from the Mississippi Braves, the AA organization in Pearl, Mississippi, went from there straight to the majors.
From Pearl, Mississippi to Atlanta, Georgia.
There it is. So now tonight, those 2 guys will duel off
to Baltimore. It's in Baltimore, right?
It is. It is at Camden Yards.
Look at that.
So Nick Prado pitched last night also for the Royals. He made his 2024 debut last night for the Royals in a pitching fashion, because the Royals were getting stomped by the Yankees. We'll have to talk to Austin about that when we come.
I haven't messaged him. I haven't said anything. I haven't mentioned it at all.
That's fine. We'll have to have that conversation in the spillover.
Judge hit one of the fountains.
I did see that. We'll have to come right back. We got plenty more to talk about. We transition to football. One more quick note on baseball right when we return, but then we'll transition to football. As it is College World Series week, plenty of that coming up in the next couple of days. Reminder, get your Blur event tickets today before they sell out. Come hang out with us starting at 10 a.m. on Friday. All right, we'll step aside, come right back. This is the Happy Hour, sponsored by our friends at Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Clothes dryer not drying like it should? Could be your dryer vent. Call Bryant for a professional cleaning. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra-premium protein powder ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today. See mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 98. Tonight, a slight chance of storms early. Otherwise, mostly clear. Low around 70. And tomorrow, sunny skies return. Another hot afternoon with a high around 95. Meteorologist Kyle Cluck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
The 31st Annual Testicle Festival, Saturday, June 15th at Round the Bend Steakhouse, just off I-80, exit 426. Swing out 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. for music, fireworks, and of course, nuts. Visit roundthebendsteakhouse.com for more.
In a world where businesses are facing daily cyber threats, you need protection like never before. Don't let hackers and malware companies compromise your business success. Stay ahead of data breaches with Hamilton Cybersecurity. Let Hamilton provide you with peace of mind that your business is protected. Our experts identify and mitigate risks before they become disasters. As your trusted partner, we help you protect your valuable information. Hire your local cybersecurity experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The Electrical Workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
You're listening to the Happy Hour.
Hola.
With Nick Sainert.
¿Tú eres un bueno worker?
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Sí, yo muy bueno worker.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You speak English? Yes, I'm really good at English. Okay, good. Me too. Get in the car.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico back with you as usual, 402-464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line open for you guys the rest of the way here. Just under 48 hours until College World Series begins from Charles Schwab Field.
Opening ceremonies tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, that's right.
I used to go to the opening ceremonies all the time.
So I saw this, and I mean, full transparency, we're efforting to get the voice of the College World Series, Mike Monaco,
doing what we can
on our show at one point. Obviously, a very busy man, and maybe time frames don't work out, and that's fine. But nonetheless, so Mike Monaco of ESPN posted this on Twitter. The rankings, the AP rankings for college baseball teams that are in the field,
like currently.
Okay. Currently, you have in this 8-team field.
Yep.
Number 1, Tennessee. Number 2, Kentucky. Number 3, Texas A&M. Number 4, North Carolina. Number 8, Florida State. Number 10, NC State. Number 12, Virginia. And then the preseason number 2 and national runner-up from last year, the unrated Florida Gators.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, like, Florida.
One of these things is not like the other. But anyway,
that's hilarious.
So Florida's somewhat the outlier, I suppose. But
crazy to say, like you just said, the national runner-up from last year, is the only team that's not rated in the but they're the final 8 teams standing.
Yes,
ridiculous. Baseball's crazy.
It's crazy, but like also though, when I look at these rankings, it makes me more excited.
Yeah.
It makes me pumped for this.
So I was very public with my want for Evansville to make it past Tennessee, right? Because I love, everybody loves the underdog story, right?
Stony Brook, Coastal Carolina here. I mean, yeah, Evansville would have been in that conversation.
Like, obviously, you want a team like that because it's somebody where you're like, you don't want the heavyweights to win year after year after year. But at the same time, when you get the heavy hitters all punching each other,
yes,
you get some fun, whatever sport you're watching.
Well, and when we talked to Jeff, the former college baseball umpire this morning on the drive, he had mentioned, thank you. He was great. It wasn't anything that we did. Sorry, AD and Raph. It wasn't anything that we did.
It was you guys.
Jeff.
It was him.
It was Jeff. But anyway, he was telling us about like some of the guys that he had umpired for. And it made me think like, okay, what are some of the players that are notable? And we're going to kind of do a deeper dive tomorrow into notable players that you guys are going to hear about over the course of the next couple of days. Because obviously Husker fans know Cags and Neely from Florida because of the Stillwater Regional and stuff. But who on Virginia? Who on NC State? Who on Florida State? Who on North Carolina? And he mentioned Vance Honeycutt from North Carolina. Incredible. Unfortunately, Braden Montgomery from Texas A&M broke his foot, so he's not going to be playing. But there's certainly some guys on Tony Vitello's Tennessee team. There's some on Kentucky. NC State only making their 4th appearance in the College World Series. They face off against Kentucky, who's making their first ever. So that game is going to be a cool storyline on it, especially when you look elsewhere and you have teams like Florida, who's been here so much under Kevin O'Sullivan. Tennessee, Tony Vitello, through all of the crap that he receives for not having a good temper and not being able to control himself. Here he is trying to win his first title this year. The Mike Martin, after he passed away, or I believe passed away, Mike Martin Jr. He retires from Florida State baseball, and they named the field after him, Mike Martin Jr. Field, and ultimately now Florida State under a new manager is back in Omaha.
Yes, he did.
Okay, I thought so.
February 1st of this year.
Yeah. So Mike Martin passes away earlier this year, and Florida State is here. So just some really cool storylines here that are across the field of a highly rated field. Once again, number 1 Tennessee, number 2 Kentucky, number 3 A&M, number 4 North Carolina, number 8 Florida State, number 10 NC State, number 12 Virginia, and then you have Florida, who is not in the top 25 currently, but will finish the season in top 25 territory because of their postseason.
And are Florida, not rated.
Not rated. Not
There
rated.
you go.
Okay, let's do this little fun exercise here because we only have a couple minutes left in this segment. Redrafting the 2020 NFL draft.
Ooh.
And I want to give these players to Rico. We're only going to have like 5 per position group.
No, I got it. And these are all going to be 100% correct. So you don't even have to worry.
Don't even worry about texting in.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to get this right.
Because everybody will agree with Rico.
Exactly.
Because
100%.
it's unanimous.
100%.
So 402-464-5685. Definitely do not text that number disagreeing with Rico.
Don't do that. Please don't. I'm fragile.
So we're just gonna go by a couple position groups. We might not even get through all of them. Maybe we'll continue this conversation in the crossover as well.
Ball me, Blazer.
We'll start at quarterbacks. So the order in 2020 was Burrow, Tua, Justin Herbert, Jordan Love, and Jalen Hurts. So those are your 5.
Okay.
And I have to choose from.
And I have to make it in the correct order that it should have been in.
Can we all agree that Joe Burrow is number 1?
Number 1. Yes.
Number 2,
Jalen Hurts.
I would agree. Number 3.
So it was Justin Herbert, Tua, and Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
For all of the crap that I talk about him because he hasn't proven himself, I would still take Justin Herbert 3.
Okay. 2 at 4?
2 at 4, Jordan Love at 5, just because Jordan Love, even though he had a really good season this last year for the Packers, still not as proven as the rest of the other 5.
Justin Herbert also got paid. Don't forget.
Yeah, for doing nothing.
Herbert's gotten paid.
Herbert's gotten paid for putting up. Herbert is doing his best Phillip Rivers impersonation.
With the Chargers.
A whole bunch of stats and a whole bunch of regular season wins.
We got our first Rico is wrong text.
Oh,
which is good.
What am I wrong about?
Let us know.
What am I wrong about?
Let us know.
No, you can't
7414.
You can't just say Rico is wrong. You got to say what I was wrong about. I think that's a solid top 5 there.
Let's keep finding out how much more wrong you can be. Let's go to running backs.
This is going to be tough.
This one is a little more difficult than quarterbacks. So your 5 to choose from in this order, these were the ones that were drafted, the top 5 running backs drafted. Clyde Edwards-Helaire was taken 32nd overall by the Chiefs.
And that one just fit perfectly.
It did. DeAndre Swift was taken by the Lions at 35.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor at 41st overall.
Ooh.
Cam Akers at 52nd overall. And J.K. Dobbins of the Baltimore Ravens at 55th overall. However, on this website, per The Athletic, they put A.J. Dillon as one of the top 5 running backs since that time.
I mean, yeah, but he wasn't taken as a top 5.
He was not taken in the first 5.
So we're not doing that.
So we can't do that.
Because if we were, he'd be number 1.
Over Jonathan Taylor. Okay.
Yes, he would.
That is where you are wrong.
I'm not wrong. So the J.K. Dobbins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they're 4 and 5.
Yeah.
I don't know what order because they're both just injured all the time. Actually, I do know what order. J.K.'s 5. Clyde is 4 because J.K. hasn't been able to do it.
J.K. could be so good.
All the talent in the world just cannot stay healthy. Clyde had a good first year.
Won a Super Bowl
because his style fit perfectly for what Kansas City wanted to do.
You're absolutely right.
And then after that has just been hurt and is now a backup.
Yeah.
Possibly 3rd string for Kansas City.
Don't hear about him anymore.
Because they
have another seventh round guy in Isaiah Pacheco.
Because they have Isaiah Pacheco who beats the ground up when he runs.
Yeah.
It runs so violently. A lot of wasted movement.
So 1 through 5.
Okay. Jonathan Taylor, number 1. Jonathan Taylor, number 1.
I knew it.
What were the other 2?
It was Cam Akers as an option.
And the other one?
DeAndre Swift.
DeAndre Swift, number 2. Cam Akers, number 3, and then Clyde and JK.
Okay.
AJ Dillon, if you're including him, AJ Dillon, number 1.
The wide receiver one's going to be interesting because the names here are Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy, obviously not Henry Ruggs because of others off the field stuff.
Yeah.
But we're going to re-rank Jerry Jeudy, CeeDee Lamb, and Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson 1.
We're going to have that conversation. Not yet.
Okay.
We're going to go through these 5.
I feel like we know.
Because Ayuk's on this list as well. T. Higgins is on this list as well. There's a lot. There's a couple interesting names from this NFL draft. We're going to bring in Austin and Strick, get their thoughts on it. We'll also ask Austin what is going on with the Kansas City Royals last night.
I'm not going to mention it.
They allowed Nick Prado to pitch. So anyway,
I don't think they allowed. I think they had.
Let's take a break. We come back. We get you ready for On the Block after this.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first.
At Doane University, your future is uniquely yours, and our world-class liberal arts education is just the beginning.
We invite you to schedule your campus visit and experience why Doane University will start you on your journey to your future career.
Learn more by scheduling your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit. See you soon.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today. See mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 98. Tonight, a slight chance of storms early, otherwise mostly clear, below around 70. And tomorrow, sunny skies return. Another hot afternoon with a high around 95. Meteorologist Kyle Cluck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So, if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and right now they are offering huge, and I mean huge discounts at Copple. Get over $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing on select Sierras or Silverados. Plus, Costco members receive another $1,000 off. Yes, that's happening right now in Louisville. $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing. You pick what works for you. Costco members, please contact us at the store or at CoppleCars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Old School with DP and J.
Everybody's going to focus on his intensities and antics. I think he would be just fine because Billy Donovan is doing well, right? And he's intense as all get out. But how do you think he would transition to the NBA as a coach? And then also, what does this tell you about the Lakers?
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
A gorilla bear versus polar bear.
A what bear versus a what bear?
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
A gorilla bear versus a polar bear.
One more time.
Gorilla versus a polar bear.
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We bring in Stricky and Austin. Gentlemen, hello.
How we doing, fellas?
How you doing?
Stricky?
What's up?
What are you up to, man?
Muchachos.
What'd you get?
I had to get some tacos, man.
What'd you
I
get?
missed Taco Tuesday, and I was salty about it. Just a little brisket, a little chicken.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Taco Wednesday.
Man, I missed it yesterday, and I was fiending today. Like Pookie.
Okay. Nonetheless,
You're right.
Let's move back on.
Do you think we could talk Nick into not you, Nick, better Nick, into bringing tacos on Tuesdays?
Ooh, I don't know. I could talk to Nick. The better Nick.
Yeah, the better side.
Thank you.
Nick understands that Nick is better. Like, right?
I do. Or he does.
You finally met better Nick. I met better Austin at Scissors and Scott.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. There's just so many cooler people with our names.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Who's the other Eric? Who's the other Eric?
He gave you a bottle of scotch.
Eric, our engineer.
For a moment.
Oh, yeah. It's spelled different, though.
Well, Austin's spelled different than Austin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Wasn't it AUSTYN?
Why?
I thought I typed out that way, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
YN?
I thought I saw that's how you.
I believe it's
IN.
If you
Stein,
ever,
then sure.
That's all Stein.
If you ever replace an I with a Y, that's just like the cooler version of whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
It's just the cooler. So
if your name was RYCO, you'd be cooler.
That's just weird. So like Eric with a Y. I feel like
YRIC.
ERYCK?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cooler.
Yeah.
Austin with a
that
Y.
would have looked weird on the back of a jersey.
Nick with a Y might. Actually, no, I can see it. It'll look weird, but I can see it.
Nike?
Nick.
Nike. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. Anyway, let's.
The E is silent.
I want you guys to redraft these 5 names. All right. In no particular order. T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Jeudy, and Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, hands down,
Number one.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to re-rank them 2 through 5. Ayuk, CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, Jerry Jeudy.
CeeDee Lamb really let me down. I would have said him number 2, but he let your boy down in the playoffs. Just the little baby, just attitude he had.
Don't forget what Dallas used to have in Amari Cooper too.
Yeah, that part.
Dang.
Cap casualty.
Should have kept those two together.
So I will move him to 3. I will go. Who else? Ayuk and
Ayuk and
Higgins,
Jerry
and Judy. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one. Ayuk and Judy's last.
Judy's last.
Yes,
I would agree.
Ayuk. I would have to go T. Higgins. T. Higgins and then Ayuk 4.
Okay.
Maybe Ayuk 3, then CeeDee Lamb 4, because his that baby, that stuff.
I feel like you're letting that cloud your judgment because CeeDee Lamb is really freaking good.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
I looked a little bit deeper. I did a little bit more research. I did a few more tests.
Did you?
Ran the numbers again.
What were those? What were those tests?
Yeah, the tests were just
the DNA, blood.
Proprietary.
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 Austin?
Yeah, Jefferson, Lamb, Higgins, Ayuk, Judy.
Okay. Nice job. Higgins before Ayuk.
Yes, by far.
Interesting.
Dang, he said by far, too.
By far.
Healthy Higgins? Problem.
That's well, but the Bengals got a problem.
What's that?
Yeah,
they don't have enough money.
They don't have enough.
They don't have enough salary cap is their problem.
You can't give it to both receivers either.
Cap casualty.
And T's going to be the one they let go.
That's a fact.
If he's not, they did it wrong.
Yeah. Okay. When comparison to Jamar,
yeah.
Are you on the fence about that?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Okay. You were shaking your head
Don't
back
do
and
that.
forth.
I was trying to
kinda
figure out where
shaky.
Rico was
You
trying
were
to compare it.
There is no compare. It's just you're not paying T. Higgins before you pay Jamar Chase.
No, you're not.
That's all it is. If you decide to do that, your GM needs to be fired.
Is T going to have a second stage of his career as good as Amari Cooper's been in Cleveland? Because he's been lights out.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where I go back to what Amari Cooper was in Dallas. They didn't appreciate Amari Cooper nearly enough in Dallas.
He was in Oakland, wasn't he, for a while?
Yeah, he was with the Raiders.
Yeah, he was with the Raiders.
Yeah. So Dallas,
That was
Dallas,
before,
Oakland,
yeah.
Cleveland,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. Because it was before Vegas.
Yeah.
No, I think. Well, no. He was with.
I think it was
he was
Vegas
with
first.
Oakland.
They drafted him.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think he was
Yeah,
Oakland
it was
first,
Oakland,
then
then
Cowboys.
Dallas, then he got moved on to the Cleveland Browns. I don't know. I think so. Different type of receiver though.
Yeah,
I think that's what makes
He
Amari
reminds me
Cooper
of
so.
Chase.
Amari Cooper makes me is so valuable because dang, he's just reliable.
They both to me. They remind me of kind of the same style.
Yes,
Chase and Cooper.
Yeah, Jamar's a little faster.
But
probably a little more
explosive.
Yeah, explosive. I would agree. Yeah.
I mean,
Amari Cooper's just reliable, good route runner.
Jamar's going to take
He's
the
that
top
dude.
off the defense, whereas Amari, you just get the ball to him. Just let him go. Every time. You're just no matter what the route is, Amari's going to be.
Okay, here's a question for you guys. AJ Brown or Amari Cooper?
I think
Because
AJ Brown's upside is
both of them feel like a quarterback's best friend.
I think his
like
upside's
capable of
more.
just but Amari Cooper maybe more so in my eyes, but I agree with you of AJ Brown's ceiling.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, AJ Brown.
Yeah.
In terms of on the field, it's closer, but I still lean AJ Brown.
I think
Amari's
so,
done
too.
a little longer, but it's hard to deny AJ Brown. The problem for AJ Brown is that he's playing alongside a bona fide 1B in Devontae Smith.
You're absolutely right.
Right. Whereas Amari Cooper looks a lot more indispensable because he's the dude in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So Amari Cooper,
if you switched him,
Amari
still put up those numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Amari Cooper almost to 10,000 receiving yards in his career. He's had back-to-back 1,000 yard seasons.
Mm-hmm.
He's had 6 1,000 plus seasons through his 4 years in Oakland, 4 years in Dallas, and 2 years now in Cleveland. He's entering his 11th year.
Dude's
That's
just
crazy.
just quietly
That's
putting in
crazy.
work. If you would have told me that Amari Cooper was
Only
going on his
the injury.
11th season, and I would not believe you.
No.
Only the injury hindered him.
Yeah.
That was really it.
Wow.
It wasn't.
I mean, heck,
11.
we forgot
Yeah.
the direction and where he went to which team. We knew he played for the teams, but that's like You don't think about it for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I mean, you look through this because he got banged up towards the back end of his Oakland career. He gets hurt, plays just 6 games in 2018 with Oakland, plays in 9 with Dallas. But after that, 16, 16, 15, 17, 15. Before the injury, 16, 16, 14. So, I mean, you're talking about the ability to play.
Durability.
Man.
How many catches?
Amari's less of a headache.
Like,
too.
Amari has 667 career catches on 1,078 targets.
So 67 catches a year, essentially.
Yeah. Played in 140 games over 10 years, averaging 14 games a year.
Hey, you take that.
He's only fumbled 9 times in his career. 60 touchdowns in his career.
That's nice.
I mean, you look at
Hall of Fame?
So in 2018 he had 1.
Hall of Fame.
And hold on. In 2018 he had 1. Then his touchdowns went 6, 8, 5, 8, 9, 5. I mean, so you're looking at a decent number every single year. Cleveland's also interesting just because they've had Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. So the ability, the fact that he's been able to have 1,000-yard seasons in a place like that is also, I think, a feather in the cap.
Well, then you think about the quarterbacks that he's played. He played with, I would say, probably prime Derek Carr.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably. Like, Derek Carr at his best. And
That'd
then
be tough.
Dak Prescott.
I'd have to
like,
look.
those are, like, but, like, either way, like, those are the 2 best quarterbacks that he's played with. For a wide receiver that's putting up the numbers that he's putting up.
Imagine him being with like a Brady or something.
That's why I brought in like
Rodgers.
That's why I brought up AJ Brown, is because we saw AJ Brown's the value and how people viewed him just skyrocket once he left Tennessee and went to Philly, because you had a true franchise quarterback. Now, whether you're a fan of Jalen Hurts or not, he's their guy. He's their franchise guy. They've paid him. They're stuck with him. That's not been the case, right? You've had the ups and downs of Cleveland with Deshaun Watson. You've had just various quarterbacks. Yeah. And yet here he is still
trugging along.
There is. So that's why I brought up AJ Brown, because I thought that was an interesting comparison. Like, if you put Amari Cooper with the Philadelphia Eagles right now,
who does Devontae Smith remind you of in the past? Like more recent receivers. I got one in mind.
He played for the Eagles.
Yeah.
The punter specialist.
Deshaun Jackson.
I would say Deshaun Jackson. He kind of reminds me of, and I think that's probably what they saw in him.
I think he's a better wide receiver than Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun will blow your doors off.
Yeah,
the top.
Deshaun was
That's
faster.
where he was at.
Yeah, Deshaun was faster.
What
but
about
Devontae's the technician?
But in terms of route running and catching,
on.
like just straight hands, I think that he's better than Deshaun.
I got another comparison. Jeremy Maclin.
Okay, but I think he's just better. Maclin was just a blow you the door. Maclin was quicker than Deshaun. No question. I think so.
Or
Devontae.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. I think Maclin might even been faster than Deshaun.
Okay.
Maclin can blow the doors off. Maclin can blow the doors off the top. Like, real talk. Look it up, maybe. Check their 40s. I think Maclin was probably faster, but that was it. He was more straight line. He didn't really have, route running, shiftiness, stuff like that. I think that's where Devontae.
Deshaun barely beat him on the 40.
Did he?
Jeremy Maclin with a 4.45, Deshaun with a 4.35.
What's Devontae's?
I think he was the 4.4s guy.
4.54.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the thing where he had all the speed, but then the 40, everybody's like, wait a minute, I don't know about this. But no, I think
he's fast enough, if not, purely fast.
He developed himself into a really good route runner, because coming out of Alabama, it was, he won the Heisman as a wide receiver and a return specialist. Somebody's like, oh, he's just fast. But I think he's gotten much better at running routes and catching the ball.
To answer Strick's question too, is Amari Cooper a Hall of Famer? My gut tells me no, because Amari Cooper is not even close to the best receiver of this generation, right? He's going to be a Hall of Very Good guy. He's going to put up numbers, but his legacy is going to feel maybe like Torrey Holt-ish.
Okay.
Kind of where I'm at with that, where the numbers are going to tell you, yeah, he should absolutely be in. But like, is Phillip Rivers a Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah.
Numbers wise,
is he?
yes.
Yeah, numbers wise, but in terms of impact on the game, was he ever the best quarterback at any given time? No, he was always, maybe peaked at third best, probably fifth or sixth best.
Phillip Rivers
in the
always
era.
had
So-
some of the best teams and never capitalized.
Right. So at some point you have to draw the line, right? Like I love me some Phillip Rivers. I'm not sure he's a Hall of Famer. Amari Cooper's great. He's got plenty of years left. I hope to add on to his numbers. I just worry he's going to be overshadowed by the Mike Evans crew on one side and the Justin Jefferson crew on the other.
You know what sucks the most?
Reggie Wayne.
Mike
gets
Evans is
in.
fascinating.
Yeah.
You know what sucks
that
the
man
most
just
for Amari
continuously is just a red zone threat.
Yes. Year after
And
year.
he doesn't look like he can freaking run. And
Just
work the
scores so many touchdowns. for a
Always
wide
gets
receiver.
1,000.
You're just,
Yeah.
you get to the
Hold
red
on.
zone and you're like,
You look up.
Oh,
and
he's
you're
had
like,
1,000 every year in his career.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rico. Say what you need.
I was going to say,
I'll
what
look this
really
up.
sucks for Amari Cooper is that Hall of Really Good, not Hall of Fame thing, is Phillip Rivers will get his jersey retired, whatever, with San Diego,
Mhm.
Los Angeles, right?
And Indy.
Amari's
Legendary year.
Amari's not going to get his jersey retired anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
4 years in Oakland, 4 years in Dallas, now 2 years in Cleveland. I mean,
Dang.
that sucks.
So
Because again, Hall of Very Good, unless one of those teams is like the 4 years that he was here was amazing, and we're going to put him in our Ring of Honor.
Right. Which
Sucks.
I just don't see that happening.
Exactly.
So Amari and Mike were in that same class.
That's right.
So Mike Evans is also entering year 11, picked 7th overall out of A&M. But so you mentioned the 1,000 every year.
Mhm.
There's been 2017, he had 1,001 yard.
Hey, still counts.
Still counts. 2020, he had 1,006 yards.
Still counts.
Still counts. Yeah, I
Hit
mean,
1K
you're right.
and shut it down.
Still over. It's just quick out route. I haven't run a curl.
Because there's probably
I bet he
incentives
put it in.
too.
That's what I was about to say.
There's got to be
They
incentives,
probably
man.
put it in, and he probably told the quarterback, "Hey, look, you give me this.
Look, I'm right here.
I
Got a
this
rolling with
car
your
for
name
you.
engraved.
I got this car. Right.
Yep.
Something for real.
So I'm looking at contract.
So we were just talking about Amari Cooper 11 years. If you would have told me 11, I wouldn't have believed it. Mike Evans, if you would have told me 11 years, I thought it was longer.
That's all. Yes.
Like that's just 11. I thought he was going in like year 15. Like
So Mike Evans, 94 career touchdowns. He's had double-digit touchdowns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 5 of his 10 years. So then we have this conversation of looking stat versus stat of Amari and Mike Evans, and Mike Evans has had the more statistically impressive career. Also games played. We talked about durability, best availability, things like that. Mike Evans, fewest games he's played all season long or all career long is 13 in a season. He's always played more than 13.
Mhm.
He had 13 games in 2019. Otherwise, it's been 15, 16, on and off, 15, 16, and then 17 this last season.
And then a guy like Mike Evans, when I was talking about that quarterback thing, the quarterbacks that Mike Evans has had outside of Tom Brady for those years, who's he had in Tampa? Baker Mayfield a little bit.
Yeah.
Who was the NC State quarterback?
Mike Glennon.
Yeah.
Yes.
The neck.
Yeah. Mike Glennon. Like who are the
Jameis
Tricky,
Winston?
look up Mike Glennon right
So,
now.
okay,
We can
so
find
that one-
that man's neck.
So Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston.
Just slinging the ball everywhere. 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. But with Mike Evans, look, you're getting receptions, you're getting yards. He's
Do we
tossing
know
it.
what year Jameis was in Tampa Bay?
20
Crab Legs?
2018, 19, something like that?
Well,
No, when did Florida State win the national championship?
They won in 2014.
2014, yeah.
Okay, so he would have been.
It's tricky. I told you.
So you're looking at Mike Glennon's neck?
Yes.
Dude's a giraffe.
Oh,
2016?
So Jameis.
Because did he play a year after national championship, or was that?
Well, he won the Heis. Did he win the Heis? He won the Heisman in 14?
It was both. Yeah.
So 30.
And that was he was a sophomore, I want to say
So
that
I think
year.
he played one more year.
I think
Yeah, so he played one more year.
Had
Yeah.
2015,
You're
and
right.
then would have been drafted 2016.
No.
Or drafted 2015?
So he won the title in 2013.
13, okay. Oh, yeah, because Ohio State in 14.
Yep.
Yeah. Then came back and
then
fell
came back
backwards against
2014.
Oregon
Yep.
in 2014.
yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Also played what sport?
Baseball. He's
Nice
a closer.
job. There it is. Switch hitting batter. In 2014 with the Seminoles baseball team, had 7 saves, a 1.08 earned run average.
Okay, Jameis.
He gonna eat
30
a dub.
See you.
31 strikeouts, just 7 walks allowed for Jameis Winston in 2014. How about that? Okay, so I got to find the 30-30 season.
That was the year before he went to New Orleans.
So it would have been 2019.
Because then he got LASIK. And we all said, oh,
that's right.
Yes,
he can see that.
Right.
Yes, on February 28th, 2020, it was revealed that Winston had LASIK surgery.
Yep, he couldn't see. That's why he threw 30 interceptions.
Okay, yep. So it's 2019.
And now he's in Cleveland?
2019, Mike Evans had, that was the one season that Mike Evans played in just 13 games was in 2019.
I can't deal with this dude.
He was injured
and
a lot.
still had 1,157 yards.
Ridiculous. That's
And
because
8
Game assist
touchdowns.
with Cleveland.
yeah,
Good
Jabu
The fact
wins.
he gets another job is
After sitting the bench in New Orleans?
no after what he did in that in the formation.
Handing the ball
New
off to
Orleans.
the guy. Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Saints to get him on the board. Yeah.
The fact that he's got another job, like that can be a career because
But
there's going to be some changes. Teams are now possibly going to be more aggressive and
But
used
he
to be
took,
chill.
So I'm
understand
pretty
why
sure
he
he
did
took the potentially, I could be 100% wrong, the like a vet minimum to go to Cleveland. He's not getting paid a lot to go to Cleveland, get another chance at potentially being a starter, depending on what happens with Deshaun Watson, if he can play, if he can get healthy, whatever's going on there. But imagine, we were just talking about quarterbacks and Jameis Winston slinging the ball all over and getting Mike Evans to 1,000+ yards. Amari Cooper, Jameis Winston.
There you go.
They're throwing the ball, and he can see. I mean, come on, man.
It's over for the rest of the league.
So here are some of the notable names
The dude
that
has
were
all the talent.
that were taken in the 2014 NFL draft before we get to break, guys. Some of the notable names. Might make you feel old. Okay.
Oh, no.
These are guys entering their 11th year.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Jadeveon Clowney.
I'll believe. I surprised only 11.
Okay. Sammy Watkins.
Is Sammy still
He's
playing?
still around.
Is he still playing?
Yeah.
Hey, Clemson Sammy was a problem. Though.
True.
Sammy Watkins. He was taken
That's a fact.
4th overall by Buffalo.
Mhm.
Sammy Watkins. Khalil Mack is entering his 11th season.
Only 11
Wow.
out of Buffalo, baby.
We talked about it. Mike Evans. Let's see. We got OBJ. Mike
Wow.
Evans
Yeah,
and Amari
believe
Cooper are
that one.
same age as Odell Beckham Jr. Aaron Donald just retired. Unfortunately, Ryan Shazier's done playing. Johnny Manziel would have been entering his 11th year if he was still playing.
Got kicked out of the Canadian League, I believe.
That's right. Teddy Bridgewater is entering
Teddy
his
Two Gloves.
11th.
Hey, Teddy Ball game. If he doesn't tear his ACL in Minnesota, I tell you, that's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I tell you what,
Teddy Two Gloves.
Teddy Ball game, baby.
What about
That hit that he took in I think it was the
Oh,
Sugar Bowl
my.
against Florida, knocked the helmet off. Whoo, that's a tough dude right there.
how about Derek Carr entering his 11th year?
Down in Nolans,
Derek Carr.
Yeah, I suppose.
Entering, he drafted 2nd round, 36th overall.
the dude with the
Wow.
mascara,
Eyeliner. Remember this guy from USC, Marquise Lee
Yep.
by Jacksonville. He
Hey,
was taken.
yep.
He was fun in college.
Yeah,
He was.
he was supposed to be good.
Devontae
Wait,
Adams.
so he would have played against Nebraska in the bowl game
That's correct.
Yes.
in the Barney Cotton Bowl.
Devontae Adams is entering his 11th season.
Wow.
He and Carr came out at the
Yep.
same time.
Allen Robinson, Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy GQ.
G.
Guys,
Hey, Jimmy
there's,
G.
there's some
Hey,
interesting
some
ones
names
in
in
here.
Jimmy G got 2 Super Bowls.
How about this? Jarek McKinnon is entering his 11th
Really?
year. Jarek McKinnon was taken 3rd round, 96th overall.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You could have told me Jarek McKinnon was drafted in
2019.
in any year
Yeah.
after 2014, and I would have believed you.
Yep. I absolutely agree.
You could have said Jarek McKinnon was drafted 3 years ago, and I'd have said, yeah.
Here's to really make people old. This was all the same draft that Jared Abbrederis was taken in
Oh God.
from Wisconsin.
Wow.
Holy cow.
AJ McCarron was also taken in this draft
Alabama?
by
Yeah.
Cincinnati.
Jay
Yeah.
McCarron.
Wow.
Goodness. Same
He had a
same
fine
draft
girlfriend,
as
though.
Just
thank
ask
you, Brent Musburger.
Brent Musburger.
This was the same draft that Wisconsin linebacker Chris Borland was taken in.
Yeah.
Auburn
Okay.
running back Trey Mason.
Trey
Also,
Mason was. Oh, I
Ne-
wanted him to be.
Nebraska offensive guard Spencer Long.
Mhm.
Spencer Long was taken in 2014. That was a long time ago.
Hey.
I was 13 years old.
Man, I was 20.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You're just now 34 years old?
Mhm.
Hey,
Dang.
like Jarek McKinnon.
Let's just look up Eric Strickland Wikipedia.
Hey, like Jarek McKinnon.
That's fake news.
Wiki,
There's somebody
Eric-
been in there playing on
There
the
it
wiki,
is.
bro.
I edited
Don't make
it.
don't.
There's
don't-
been somebody playing on the wiki.
Eric,
That's
Stricky,
not,
Stricky, don't
that's
make me
fake.
say your
That's
full
fake
name.
news.
Don't make me say your
Yeah.
government name.
You can go to Sports
Don't do
Reference
that.
too.
The
Born- no
governmentals.
edits to that.
Born November 25th,
I thought you was my boy.
1973.
Hey,
You giving up
About
a lot of
honesty and
info.
truth.
What's coming up on the show, guys?
R.I.P. Jerry West, Evan Bland talking Nebraska baseball, new commit out of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have in Major League Baseball? And then Aaron Rodgers, the only quarterback missing his team's minicamp this year.
Crazy.
Stricky, born in 1973. How about still wouldn't have made you?
79.
Still wouldn't have made you 24.
Close it out, Nick.
We're out of here. Talk to you tomorrow.
Adios. The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today. See mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 98. Tonight, a slight chance of storms early, otherwise mostly clear.